Good morning, everyone. What's today? Thursday morning, and we're back here over at that job from a few weeks ago, where we were filling inside of the footing, and there's a frost trench. I know that there was two jobs we had a frost trench recently, but you guys will know which one here in a second. So my dad's running fill to me all day. I just spread out the first load with the excavator. Here she is. Skid steer's here as well. I'm letting this thing cool down. I'm gonna shut her off and probably do the rest of the work today with the skid steer. I'll give you guys a quick walk around. I gotta grab the generator and the pump over there, bring them around to the far corner, set them up and start pumping water out of the frost trench so I can fill it in being dry and not full of water. But my plan is to build this up enough so I can get a ramp down in here in the with the skid steer, obviously get myself back here. And wow, we need a lot of material back here. So as you can tell, there's a lot of water in the frost trench. This all has to get pumped out of here, and then I gotta take what I got for a pile here and work it into the frost trench in lifts and compact it all the way up to, well, you can tell it's a walkout, so all the way up to there, right there. But then the grade's gonna have to see what they did with the tar. Well, they just stopped it. Well, this is the garage, so it didn't get tarred. But yeah, a lot of material has to come back here. We gotta fill this whole thing up. You can kind of tell what the grade will be just based on the tar line, but yeah, that should be interesting. I'm gonna set up the pump, grease the skid steer, we'll let it warm up a little bit, shut down the excavator, get this ramp situated a little bit better, get myself back here, and hopefully the trench will be mostly dry by then and I can start putting material in it and making sense of this backyard. So that's the plan. I'll keep you guys updated as my day goes along. We'll see how it goes and move some dirt. We are back. It's lunchtime. Dad just dropped off the third load right here, and so I got myself a nice little ramp worked down to the backyard, and I got the grade built up in front of the garage here a little bit. I am going to build this ramp up a little more, fill it in, smooth it off. I'd like to have it at least like a foot or two high from this grade all the way to the backyard. And I just started to try and do some cleanup in the backyard. Got the trench still pumping down. It's probably lost maybe 6 inches of height of water, and still probably, I don't know, close to a foot to go. So probably won't be putting material in the trench today, which was my plan, but either way, still got plenty of stuff to do. How I'm gonna attack this is I'm just gonna keep carving a ramp down into here. That way I have a spot to just like hang the bucket over the edge and just dust material in, and I can build a lift in this whole trench and compact it and do that again and repeat until it's about to the tar line grade. And then tomorrow's goal is to fill up the inside of this wall right here with material, because that's where the frost trench was. As you can see, this is one side of the frost trench, but the other side of the trench is inside the foundation. So we have to fill in this whole side here. I think like 4 feet, and some nice stone on top, so that way the French drain works. So I'll show you guys where I end up at the end of the day, but probably won't be too much different from where we're at now. Tomorrow is where some real reshaping is going to happen in the backyard area here, so stay tuned for that. A little bit of progress, just going to keep picking away here. Good morning. It's a beautiful Friday here in Massachusetts, and we're back on the job site. So skid and excavator sitting dormant, getting ready to work. My dad just dropped off this load of good material, and I'm going to start bailing this into the garage, get a lift in here, and then hit it with the compactor. We're gonna do small lifts, probably 6 inches or so, until we get the big compactor on Monday. But for now I got the little one, and it's better than nothing, so just means more lifts. So yeah, that's all. So we're back here. This is where I ended behind the garage yesterday. So the beginning of the day, basically none of this material was here all the way to the bottom of the footing, or the top of the footing rather. So I built all this up, got a nice gradual ramp. Probably gonna build a little bit more on this bank here and along the foundation so it sheds water. And I got the pump running right now, going to completely dry up this trench, and then I will start working my way down into this trench and filling this up with lifts as well. So I'm gonna check out the excavator, get that thing running, see how much fuel she's got, and start ladling some nice sandy fill into the garage. So that's my plan, and I'll give you guys an update later on. Welcome back. It's the end of the day on Friday. Got a good bit of material moved. My father got 5 loads here today, and I think I placed 4 of them, as well as like half a load of stone. So we got 1 load sitting here for Monday morning to work with. Got a load in the garage, compacted. Got like a quarter to a half a load back here that I'm gonna use up on the outside of the foundation. So I got the whole frost trench on the outside filled in, as you can see, compacted. And I've just been working on getting stone inside. So I still gotta fill up quite a bit of stone, but it's tricky getting it down to this corner. I didn't want to fill in our sump yet, because we got a bucket with holes in it there. It's we've been using to suck all the water out of this trench, so can't really get myself to put stone in this corner without filling in this side. But I didn't want to fill this side in until I knew we didn't need the pump anymore. So that's where we're at. Looks like we got enough material back here to make this backyard work. The garage is going to be filled pretty much all the way up, and then there'll be a retaining wall on this corner, and this side of the house will be basically at the level of the threshold there, walkout height. So this will go there and here. These boulders will go right here for a retaining wall. So we'll be back here Monday morning. I believe the entirety of next week will be shaping this place up, possibly the week after. So I will keep you guys updated as we go along, and you'll see this house lot take shape. Good afternoon. It's lunchtime here on Monday, and we are back here at this job site to fill in the garage. That load you see there is number 3 today. We got 2 in the hole, 1 I'm standing on, and then 1 we have brought up the frost trench to almost the top of the footing height. I'm gonna take this material I'm standing on, that material, whatever else my dad can bring us today, and spread it out over this whole garage in lifts. Got the big compactor today, and smack it real good with the compactor. But just to keep things interesting, the skid steer is not happy. So this roller right here is slightly cocked this way, and as I go forward, this thing completely chafes right here. When I go backwards, nothing, because it cocks the thing out. The bushing in here, I guess, is shot, and it decided that I didn't want to let anyone know until I got myself up down this ramp into the garage and started moving material into the trench. So that's just gonna keep things interesting. The new plan is to move as much of this material with the excavator as possible. Only use the skid where we need to. Hopefully get this thing up out of here under its own power, and then figure out how to adjust that roller going forward. It's an early one. The skid steer is not cooperating at all.
So we retired her for the day. We got a new idler on order, and I'm now in the garage. We've got half of it about halfway filled up, and that half is still at about the footing height. Got a little material in here. Front yard's a little bit cleaner. Just letting the machine cool down. Surveyors are here, and compactor loaded up. Gonna bring that back today. Close the machine up, and I'll either be back tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday. We got something going on tomorrow at another job, but hopefully when we're back, the skid steer is operating again and we'll be rocking and rolling. So tough Monday for the boys out at Conway Excavating, but we're rolling with the punches and we're gonna get after it. Good morning. Quick update for you folks at home. It's now Wednesday of the next week, and we're here once again. Now we're getting recycled concrete or crushed concrete. This is what's going in the garage the rest of the way, as well as in the frost trench inside the house. I'll show you that in a second, but let the garage, I don't know, 2/3 of the way filled up. And the house, we're focusing on the frost trench over here. We got the big compactor. I'm gonna bring some material down, some pump bucket, all the good stuff. But real busy today, so don't have much time for an update. Hopefully I'll have time for one later on at the end of the day, but we should be done inside the house today and doing the water line tomorrow. And then it's gonna be mini X time come next week. So that's the update for now. Stay tuned for more. Good afternoon. It's Thursday at lunchtime. Just taking a quick break, eating some food. This morning we got the water service all tied in. There is the curb stop shutoff, and it goes that way into the foundation. Right now, as you can see, my dad is forming this retaining wall here with some boulders that we dug up on site, just to kind of blend this grade in, because it's a walkout in the back and it's quite tall in the front. But as you can see, this is maybe an hour or so of him working, and we got a beautiful work of art here. The master at work. So I imagine he's just gonna smooth this up and make it look a little more presentable. But yeah, that's what we got for a retaining wall on this side, so good stuff. The excavator is heading out in about an hour or so. So the rest of the digging in the ground we're gonna do with a mini, because we can't get this thing around to the backside. As far as the rest of this place goes, the front yard is a little bit cleaned up, and the garage is almost where it needs to be. Gonna bring the whole thing up maybe, well, the backside has to come up at least 6 inches. The front is pretty close to where it needs to be. And then yesterday we got the whole inside of the frost trench filled in, up to grade inside the basement here. Put the sump pump bucket in and ran perforated pipe to it. And as far as the backyard goes, got a big pile of material here that I gotta shape up a little bit and use the rest of that pile there. And then all of those boulders are gonna go right along here and make like a nice arc of a retaining wall there. There's the water line, the tracer wire. Yeah, things are coming along. It's finally getting on top of the mess and cleaning things up, making it look a hell of a lot more presentable. So that's where we're at. What's going on, everyone? It's now the end of the day on Thursday. I'm about to head out. Got the compactor loaded up, going back to the rental place. Gonna fill this hole in the morning with some fill. It's just where he robbed some material to backfill his little rock wall here. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a better idea of what's going on. Still not fully finished, obviously, but at least the rocks are pretty much where they gotta be. So this side of the house is taken care of. Besides some loam and some plants and such. And the driveway slope is looking pretty even though I'm going to mess it up a little bit in the morning. I gotta scrounge some material from out here in the driveway to fine tune in the garage here. So it's pretty much there, but it's about an inch or two low around the whole thing. A little bit more in places like over there. But you can see my Sharpie lines right here. That's final grade at this back end, which is 3 inches higher than the front. The threshold at the front here. So basically this whole inside of the garage floor is gonna pitch out the garage doors so it doesn't hold any water or anything, God forbid. And that's pretty much a wrap. What's going on, everyone? It's lunchtime on Friday, and we're pretty much done here for the time being. So here's the garage, finally up to grade. It's 3 inches higher on the back end than the threshold right here. That way it pitches everything this way. Driveway is pretty well subgraded. Maybe a little bit more material in there, but other than that, she's pretty much ready for pavement. Waiting on the septic grinder tank dealio. It's gonna go right in here. So like a 8 to 10 week back order. So for the time being, we're just gonna fill this up. That way it's safe. I actually gotta head out to meet Verizon. So my dad's gonna finish spreading this little pile here and kind of just bringing up the grade as best as we can in the front yard. So they got a place to stack lumber and trusses and all that. And that's about it. That's another little week-long project on this job. We'll be back here in a few more weeks with a mini. Put some porch piers in, subgrade for the patio. Hopefully put that septic chamber in, and build a retaining wall in the backyard. So that's the plan here. I hope you guys enjoyed this stage of the process. Basically everything that has to do with backfilling a foundation. I'm hooking up a water service and building some natural retaining walls and subgrading for the driveway and all kinds of good stuff. So another exciting one. Feels good to have this one behind us. Well, for the most part, all the trickiest work is behind us. And I'm gonna head out here, go meet Verizon at the office, and get us some new routers. So that's the plan. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more. Good evening, everyone. So it's end of the day here on the job site, and I wanted to give you guys an update of this lot that you've been watching us work on in the beginning of this video. So here we are. So that's her. I'll give you a little better of a view from the street here. Really good looking home. Basically tomorrow or the following day will most likely be our very last day here. Just a couple things left to do, but I guess I'll start by taking you over what I did today. I spread some fill in the front yard here, prepped for a walkway, spread loom in the backyard, which I'll take you around in a moment, and just generally prepped for spreading loom at this place. So as you can see, quite a bit of boulders here in this wall. Small yard, but that's how all of these are. You can kind of see the style of the neighborhood down the way there, and same over there. Tomorrow I have to cut down this sewer ejector a little bit. This is all forced sewer, so basically it's gravity from the house to this. There's a pump in here that goes to that shutoff right there, and that sends it into the main under the road. So I'm gonna cut that down a couple ribs to make it a little bit less noticeable, kind of like that one over there. And I'll take you around back. We got electric at the street here. Obviously driveway's been paved, 2-car garage. I prepped this little thing today for a little walkway. So around the back here, I believe eventually the homeowner wants to build like a second terrace of boulders to level off inside there and have a little fire pit area. We put this little retaining wall in with some boulders we dug out of this place. A few weeks ago we started to prep for a patio, but it's probably not going to happen until the spring. So as you can see, the water's been washing this stuff out. And this is the backyard. So I'm gonna start here tomorrow, bringing in a little more loom and raking this out and basically clean my way out of here, prepping for seed or sod, whatever direction they go. And I made a little pad here for the AC condenser. Nice big back deck. And that's the garage over there. This has been, even though it's a small lot, it's a very tight and intricate project. So it's basically taken us all year. I believe the first video at this place that I posted was almost a year ago. So it's been a project, but like I said, 1 or 2 more days and we will be hopefully done with this place for good. So that's the update for you guys. I'll give you one last view of the house from a little different of an angle. So there she is. And then those 2 witness stakes up in the walkway are for, there's a sleeve under the walkway so that they can run a conduit for a lamppost, like over there, somewhere in this area. And then obviously after we spread loom, I imagine a landscape company is going to come in and do some plantings and mulch beds and shrubbery and all that good stuff. But scope of our work is basically just subgrading, spreading loom, and that's it. So that's the update for you guys. I apologize for not getting more footage in the midst of this process, but that's going to be a something I hope to improve next season. So hope you guys liked that little update, and hopefully if I'm on my game, you'll get one more update at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that, and thank you guys for watching. All right, I was true to my word. End of the day, the very last day here, we ended up finishing up. So here she is. Obviously with the exception of no seed yet, because we just finished. And I'll take you all back in a second, but we lowered the sewer ejector cap here, and walkway's all roughed out, got loom in there, obviously probably a planting bed area in here, and then yeah, on the side here just kind of blended it off. And then I'll take you around the back really quick just to take a sneak peek. Try not to walk all over the loom I just finished raking out. And I'll take a quick step over here. So here's the side. Little walkway is going to be going there. And then kind of just blended off this slope as best as we could. This grade might get brought up once the house behind me gets finished. And I think I mentioned in the last clip that there's going to be a little fire pit area up here. And then, as you can see, over in the back, all raked out nice and pretty. That is it for us on this one. So this is the first video on the channel that I think is full circle. You basically got to see everything from us prepping for the footing here, with digging the frost trench and all that good stuff, backfilling the foundation, and then fast forward quite a bit ahead and putting the final touches on and finishing up like we did today. So one last time. Another one complete. So almost a year
in the works off and on. Feels good to have it done. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well as this series. So thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next one.